Okay, so basically with the DELF Tour, what we used to always do is we just jump right into it. But now that it's the DELF Kit's been around for over 2 years now, and it's used literally by thousands all over the world, we like to kind of share with you some of other people's kind of top reasons why they love using the DELF Kit. And so what we did was we parlayed those types of things into asking you, so I can kind of maybe make this tour more to what your needs are. I'm wondering, what are you looking for? What are you looking to find out about the DELF Kit? But more importantly, when you're doing a French program, I mean, first of all, God bless you. Look at, you guys are here. It's the evening. You've been teaching all week, and no doubt you are tired. So thank you, first of all, for being here with me. But what are you looking for in a program? So if you want to activate your pens, I'm going to activate mine. I'm going to see what color I have, because you can actually change the color of your pen. I'm going to make mine red. So the question here is, what are you looking for? And I'd like you to feel free to basically circle whatever ones best apply to you. Are you looking for a program where there's no more prep? Like, are you tired of reinventing the wheel, or that guilt process that a lot of us have as French teachers, where we feel guilty? We feel if we don't work 3 hours at night working on the next lesson, then we're not doing our students any service. And of course, that's ridiculous. And hopefully you're not caught in that kind of a web. Are you looking for real life activities, maps, menus, order forms, registration forms, teaching French through authentic task-based learning, the action-oriented approach, as it's also called? Are you here because of curriculum? I don't know what school district you all teach in, but is there perhaps a curriculum police person that comes around and asks if you're following the curriculum 100%, and are you covering your curriculum 100%? You can circle that one if that's a concern of yours. Assessment and evaluation, such an important part. And a reason why a lot of people like the DELF Kit, we'll get into that, is that assessment and evaluation piece. That's not just about how we evaluate the students, but encouraging students to do auto evaluation. I like to make the joke, auto evaluation is the coolest thing that has come since autos themselves. Okay, when the students know what they're doing, it's really, really important. Is cost an important thing? There are so many products out there. There's so many programs out there. And when you look at publishing companies, for example, you can get some things for $400. You can get a little package with a resource and a trinket, and you're like, wow, that's all. Or there's the larger ones publishing companies have for $1,500, but they only cover one grade, and you're like, oh my gosh, I could never possibly afford that on my own. So is that an issue? And I see that already somebody circled 24/7 support. That's what I've always felt was missing in a lot of the major programs that are out there. And I've been blessed. I've worked with every major publishing company in Canada, some of them in the United States, and some of them in Europe, in all types of capacities. So I took my experience from that and my over 25 years of teaching experience, and I developed this DELF Kit. And don't get me wrong, I'm just the one who kind of got the ball rolling. It's the other teachers who kind of took over, and you'll see about that later. So we see, I'm glad that you circled more than one thing, because as teachers, we are looking for something that's more comprehensive as far as programs and being able to cover our needs as teachers, let alone the needs of our students. So there's a picture of the DELF Kit. That's the actual physical, the binder that's over here with the DVD, the CD, the subject of the day ball, the incentive prizes, all the things that comes with it. That's the physical part of it. You could actually get the entire thing on download, except the ball. It's hard to email or download a ball, but all the rest of it you can get on download, which is really great because you get it instantly. And you can get right to work and start enjoying this, what is literally a careers resource. That's a little bit of an introduction about who I am. I am a fellow French teacher. That's who I am. I've taught elementary, secondary. I've worked with college teachers. I have authored, I've been a consultant, I've done all sorts of things. And so I kind of took all that experience together. And when in Ontario, when we were having a new curriculum coming out, that's what started this whole conversation about looking to create something that is more authentic, project based. And long story short, that's how the DELF Kit started, with a conversation that started in my own school, actually. You can go on Wikipedia and learn more about Étienne if you want. I don't know, but that's a little overview of who I am. As far as the DELF Kit goes, I mean, you could ask, you've probably seen on social media people going crazy about the DELF Kit for various reasons. I actually love this graphic here with the clipboard, because rather than telling you about, oh, it covers all grades and all levels and has over 230 authentic task-based activities and all these things like that, or talking about learning goals and success criteria, for those of you from Ontario, you know what that means, and talking about the, no planning required and all those great things, those are great. I like this checklist. This checklist right here just basically tells you why I love it, why I wished I had this resource when I started teaching, actually. It's my 25th year, so I'm an end stager as far as my teaching career goes. So I wished I had this in the beginning, but that's okay. It's the fact that it's easy as 1, 2, 3, and that's written specifically. You'll see when we talk about the 1, 2, 3 easy steps. It hits all 4 strands on the road to proficiency. How many times, I don't know if you're out in social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, even Instagram, teachers talk about, I need more listening activities, particularly. That's something that seems to be really missing in a lot of people's programs. What I like about the DELF Kit is it's comprehensive. So it covers the whole thing of listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Multiple intelligences. I actually had the guts to put that up there because there's, of course, newer research that refutes the whole idea of multiple intelligences. But I don't know how you feel, and feel free to please type it in the chat box and let me know how you feel. But do you believe that multiple intelligences exist? I do personally, because I've seen it. I've seen my students who are better. They're kinesthetic learners. They do much better when I get them out of their seats and doing things. They do much better with music, some of them. Others with art, they can express themselves with art. The DGDF Kit makes sure that those types of students are covered on top of what you would consider your basic reading, writing, and arithmetic. Well, there is actually numeracy in there, so there is some arithmetic, I guess. Editable assessment and evaluation tools, not edible. You can't eat the DELF Kit, I apologize. But it is editable. Editable. You can change it, is what I'm trying to basically tell you. So you can change the, because you get the evaluation tools in a Word document. So you can add class lists, you can change the rubrics, you can change the verification lists, you can change the audio evaluation sheets. I think that is so very important as teachers, because my situation may be different than yours. I teach right now grade 9 and grade 10 French immersion. So much different than I was teaching a few years back, and maybe different from what I'm teaching in 5 years. I'm not quite sure. It's another thing I love about the DELF Kit, is because it covers all levels and grades. It can kind of go with me and grow with me. Covers 100% of my curriculum, and nobody circled that. Interesting, as the time has passed, especially in Ontario, curriculum coverage was the panic button. The past from probably 2014, 2015, those years in particular, it's waned away about a bit, and that's great. That's good to see. But it is important that you're covering your curriculum. And what I like about the kit is, no matter if you teach Alberta, British Columbia, United States, Ontario, there is actually, your curriculum has been redone in 6 or 7 pages. Like the Ontario curriculum, elementary or secondary, is redone. The 300 plus pages are redone in 6 easy to follow pages that you put in front of your daybook. You can show your administrator, hey, look, I'm covering the curriculum. They'll be so excited, they'll make you the next director. Real life authentic tasks and tools, already touched on that, maps, menus, order forms, stuff like that. Getting the students doing real life things. And actually just asks ACTFL, absolutely, ACTFL standards are covered, and it actually shows you how it's covered with all the sprinkled activities throughout. So that's pretty cool, actually. Adaptable, editable activities. I just said edible. You cannot eat the activities, but you can edit them, which is really great. If you get the download, you will get them in PDF files, but if there's particular activities that you like that you want to change, you can get them in Word. For example, the map for the Suivez mes directions life aspects, and be warned, we call them life aspects, not units. Hopefully I'll talk about that later why, but that is available in Word. So you could take the map, you can change the street names, you can rearrange where the police station, the fire station, the town hall is, the cinema, all those things you can rearrange and make it more applicable to your town or city or a little part of your town or city. That's powerful. Finally, low cost and forever free add-ons. When I decided to make the DELF Kit, which was after kind of a personal life experience thing that I went through, coupled with the new curriculum that was coming out, I wanted to create something where we could all just work together and be together, because there's so many teachers teaching on their own. And I didn't want that anymore. So I wanted us to all be together. And I wanted some way to thank all of you for allowing me to be Étienne and doing all those great things that I still get to do as Étienne, touring, filling arenas and theaters and with loud screaming fans and your students, so it's such a blessing. So I wanted to be able to give back. So I wanted to create a program that was as absolutely low to literally low to cost and pass it on to you, and then promise forever free add-ons. And they're called booster packs. So every time we add something really cool, we add it in the booster pack section, and you just download it and go ahead and use it. Okay, so you circled your top reasons, and I'm just going to actually just look in the chat box. So I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, good. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to miss any questions that you have. The number one reason when we ranked, we did surveys, we've done a couple from teachers, what's your favorite thing? The number one was the pedagogical support, the fact that the curriculum is covered. And again, I spoke to the reasons why before that. But when you go to the assessment and evaluation section of the website, in the members section, you just click on your curriculum and your curriculum's right there and how it correlates with the DELF Kit. It's done for you. You're gonna love that. Number two, I've learned I have to click first. Number two, the assessment and evaluation is done. And I'm just going to literally tell you what you already see on the screen, but it's really important. Assessment that covers the 4 strands. Yes, important. Completely available in French or English. So it depends on what your situation is. If you teach French immersion, you may want it to be all French. But if you teach core French or basic French or even extended French sometimes, you may want it to be in English because the parents are looking at this when the students are taking their work home. And that's an important piece, particularly perhaps for your administration. The fact that it's editable. Hey, I'm getting to say the word properly. That's, of course, important because your class lists will change, things will change, your needs will change. Effective assessment and evaluation is really, really key. Effective over assessing. How many times do you feel like you're going home and you're just marking, giving the students busy work? Why am I doing this? When in the end, what's really important is evaluating their honest ability to be able to, first of all, track themselves through the road to proficiency, but also to be able to show their ability to be proficient in the language. So using research-based, proven forms of assessment and evaluation are key, and that's what you find in the kit. Most importantly, and in Ontario, this is literally part of the new curriculum, okay? Students are supposed to be self-evaluating, auto-evaluating, okay? Evaluating their own assessment and their own journey. And the DELF Kit gives you those tools. So, if you send me your email address, I can send you some of these things so that you can sample them yourselves. This is an example actually of an add-on that another teacher did. Don't forget, all these add-ons are free for you to use, which is fantastic. This is an I can statement chart. So if you're into using those types of resources, that's already done for you. In order to build confidence in the students and eliminate a fear of failure, the students get to track their own learning. That is so, so important. Number 3, it makes French language acquisition real. I've been teaching a long time. I don't know how many times I've heard this. Have you? You could type "we" in the chat box if you've had this happen. Where at a parent-teacher interview, a parent has said to you, "I so wish I would have continued on in French. I can't believe that I quit." Or has a parent ever said to you, "You know what? I took French all the way through school and I can't speak the language." Type a "we" for me in the chat box if you've heard either of those stories. Yes, okay. All right. Well, this was not far off from my own experience from when I was a student learning French. Well, today, our students want to be able to be as bilingual or trilingual or quadlingual as possible. We're trying to cure monolingualism here, right? So we want to give them the kind of survival French. A lot of people don't like that term, and I'm just throwing it out there so that you understand where I'm getting at. People want that survival French so that no matter when they stop learning French with us, they'll still be able to take orders at a restaurant, shop at a store, meet people and share their own thoughts and feelings, defend their own positions and arguments, express themselves and their actions as they're doing things, navigate streets and find their way from here to there. Type another "we" in the chat box if you agree that that's the kind of things that are valuable. I spoke to you earlier about how we call these things life aspects. I'm getting the "we's" across the board here. That's awesome. We call these life aspects rather than units because we want to differentiate from the way things used to be with units. We used to get programs that we were asked to teach with, and they had very glossy, beautiful colored books, but the units were on things like clowns and belly buttons or ghosts and goblins. And the chances of our students running across a ghost and goblins or a clown playing with their belly button is quite slim. But the chance that they're going to perhaps order food in French or be able to speak to somebody new on social media, for example, they come across somebody on Twitter or on, not there, won't be on Facebook probably, but on Snapchat or on some other form of social media, the chance that they run across somebody French is very possible. And we would like them to be able to express themselves and communicate. All the work is done for you. Why this is ranked number 4, I have absolutely no idea. But the number 1 compliment that the DELF Kit gets is, "Thank you, you've given me my family back." Okay? And I think you already know what that means. No late night planning, late night marking, all those things, like wondering what's next. Every life aspect in here is scaffolded. So the journey starts from the 1, 2, 3 easy steps and works its way up to proficiency. You stop after a few activities if you're teaching beginner students, and you keep going right to the end when you're teaching students who are trying to attain a higher level of proficiency. But let's get back to this. You gave me my family back. That is profoundly powerful, obviously, to hear constant comments like that. That's what I wish for you. We are teachers, and the best way we can be good teachers is to be healthy teachers. So you need to get your rest. You need to be able to take care of yourself. You need to be able to eat well. And it's hard to do those things when you're constantly planning and marking and doing all those things. And I tell you what, if you don't like your family, this will give you the time to find a new family, okay? So you're just going to have extra time on your hands, and that is really powerful. And 5th, the world's only living resource. This is what I wanted when we created the DELF Kit together, to make it the world's first and currently only living resource, where for one low cost, you get this entire package, a career's worth of stuff. You may never get to everything, okay, and that's okay, but you're covered. But it keeps growing and growing. But not only that, this living part means that you're also getting support, and not because you're going to need it, but because you're just going to want to sometimes go, "Hey, I'm doing this life aspect. Is anybody else doing this? Because I'd like us to get together and try practicing ordering off a menu. I want my students to order from your students on the menu." Then you hop on the French playground, which is where this very tour is being hosted at, and you just do almost like a mystery Skype type of arrangement where you get together with other schools who are doing similar life aspects. All right. Like I said, there's the two things. There's the physical kit, which I use because I'm old school. I like to have a binder. I like to put exemplars in it. I like to make notes in it. That's just me. But I'm seeing the trend that those days are changing, and more people that are buying the DJ DELF kit are getting it on download. That is absolutely a perfect way of doing the kit and manipulating it, because there's a lot of things that we can do now with PDF files. So, but I want you to understand what the DJ DELF kit is. It's not this horse choking binder filled with all these activities, okay? And research-based proven strategies. The website is the kit, because when you go to the website, that's where you're going to find, because when you get the kit, you get your member's password. You're going to get all access to the booster packs, the DJ DELF dailies. Type in the chat box with a oui or a no if you're familiar with the DJ DELF dailies. I'm just going to grab a sip of water here. Okay, awesome. I got a oui there, and I also see a oui with a level 4, okay? Please understand this. If you teach in Canada and you don't understand. So level 4 French, that's very high. These DJ DELF dailies are good for beginner first. I've never heard a French word in my life, students, and they're good right up to training students for the B2 DELF test. For those of you who know what that is with the CEFR, we're talking high levels. It doesn't even hurt for C1, which I'm not even sure if I could get a C1. But do you know what I'm saying? That's what's beautiful, because we're dealing with subjects of the day, riddles of the day, jeu d'image, which is my favorite, the image of the week, and the song of the week as well with Mardi Musique. But it's all done for you. The DJ DELF kit gives you your bell work, all prescribed, date by date, the entire school year, all done. Do you have to follow it? No. Come on, this is the DJ DELF kit. The whole purpose of this is to be able to do what you want for your students, what's going to work best for them. But it's nice to know that you have that there. The DJ DELF dailies I lean on every single day. That's when my students walk into my classroom. That's what they know they're going to be doing. And boy, do we have fun. And it helps with so much of my evaluation and knowing where they're at, and watching them grow is just beautiful. There's an entire assessment and evaluation section waiting for you there. There's the French playground, which we're on right now, where you can engage with live interviews, games of Kahoot, a course de vocab, a trivia, the missions. Have you seen some of the French missions that we've been teasing out there? We're working on this enormous, wonderful 40 mission book, and we're going to be sharing these with you. You're going to be able to sample it and enjoy it, but you can play with them live on the French playground with us. It's fantastic. Shop talk. You need to understand something. This DJ DELF kit, this is what happens when thousands are using it. From the inception of the DJ DELF kit, as it grew and grew and grew, people wanted to get together online. So we started a thing called Shop Talk. And there's been 3 years now worth of Shop Talk sessions. You can go to the djdelf.com website, click on Shop Talk, and you can see some really cool interviews with prominent authors in our field of education, and just great little tutorials, all done for you. They're like basically little, what do you call those things? Podcasts. Yeah, that's the word. Thank you. Podcasts. They're like little podcasts you can listen to as you're washing the dishes or washing your baby or washing your car. Not suggesting you need to wash things. I'm just giving you suggestions. Okay. And then out of Shop Talk came the French playground, for goodness sakes. We just had our 3rd annual International Teacher Kahoot event, where teachers from all over the world play Kahoot, and we give away literally thousands of dollars worth of prizes. This is crazy. This all started because of this little DJ DELF kit. And finally, the life aspects, which are there. Oh, Ashley said it was a lot of fun. Okay, so if you haven't tried the DJ DELF dailies, you can email me and I will get you a year's worth to try. How do you like that? Is that cool? I think it's cool. All right, cool. Now, the DJ DELF kit's 9 life aspects. If you're not familiar with them, they cover, like I said, everything. There's Je me présente, there is Ma journée typique, there is Mon point de vue, Suivez mes directions, Une planète à partager, Faisons du shopping, c'est m'organiser, n'est-ce pas? Bravo au Café DELF. There's 9 of them, okay? And you see how they cover all different life aspects. The best part of it is the fact that like for example, I teach grade 9 and 10 French immersion, right? So I will do suivez mes directions avec mes neuvièmes, okay? And the next year I will do it again with my dixième, but we'll go higher and further into the activities. My nines in grade 9 will be able to, when I'm done the steps that we follow, the scaffolded journey where we stop, they will be able to tell me how to navigate streets easy. Turn left, turn right, go north and stuff like that. That's awesome. By grade 10, they're telling me things like, okay, do you see the northwest corner of that street? You're going to turn left and you're going to go by the pharmacy. My aunt has been working there actually for 10 years. If you stop by and say hi, she'll give you a discount on Tylenol. That is the difference that I see. And the reason is because we follow these 1, 2, 3 easy steps. And step number 1 is decide on a destination. It's the big ideas. So let's get right to it because I don't want to waste any more of your time. Okay. Again, God bless you for joining me here this late hour. But just to go back through it, these are the 1, 2, 3 easy steps, just so we understand. There's step 1, decide on a destination. Step 2, get packed and ready to go. Step 3, follow the road markers, the scaffolded journey, to the end, to that destination. So let's use suivez mes directions as an example because I like that one. Okay, so step 1 is the big ideas. If you're from Ontario, you've heard of learning goals and success criteria. These things are already written out for you. There's over 100 project-based learning, okay? So there's 100 projects to choose from. So when you start something like Je me présente au Café DELF, faisons du shopping, whatever you choose, step 1 is you go, hey guys, what do we want to do at the end of this? My number 1 complaint when I was a student was I never knew why we were learning half the things that we were learning. You do not get that with the DELF kit. You know at all times what we're doing, why we're doing it, because we're getting ready for that end destination. All these things are labeled. They're all out for you. Let's give you an example of what one looks like. Here is just one out of the over 100 plus, and you can interchange them too. But anyways, for suivez mes directions, it gives a suggested grade level. Ignore that. I don't believe in suggested grade levels. I never have. You do what you believe is good for your students, please. But it tells you basically what the project is about, but it includes, and you can work with your students. You get this in Word. You can manipulate this if you wish to, or just relax. It's done for you. Okay? So this one says, navigating my messy bedroom. Traffic jams, crowded streets, busy cities have nothing on your messy bedroom. Use the vocabulary and expressions acquired via the authentic tasks, the interactive activities, and the skits with interchangeable vocabulary. That's the centerpiece of all these life aspects. And you're going to draw a detailed map of your messy bedroom. Imagine your classmates are ants. How would they navigate their way around the unmade bed, the dirty dishes, the pile of clean and folded clothing, deposits of not so clean clothing, right? Homework, crumpled up papers, and more. So at the end of the journey, this is what they're going to create: a map and a little skit or a presentation, whatever you guys decide. This is up to you. This is just one of the cool examples, over 100 examples that they're going to choose. That's step 1. If you like that, tell me "we" in the chat box, and I will proceed so I can know. Or if you have a question, let me know too. All right? Okay, good. I'm getting some "we's" here, so this is good. Step 2, get packed and ready to go. The number 1 problem I find that teachers have, and the reason some French teachers and geography teachers and math teachers struggle, is because we're okay about assigning a project. And we're okay about signing the work to help prepare them, but we have sometimes a difficulty in getting them started. And that is so important because if you don't get packed and ready, the journey is going to be horrific. It'll be like a really bad movie, okay? And the end result won't be as good either. So what do? Very easy. We follow the Great 8 strategies. We took 8 research-based proven strategies. These were co-created by dozens and dozens and dozens of French teachers from all over the world. On Shop Talk, we co-developed this public domain document. Okay, it's fantastic. So we're talking hundreds of years of experience went into this using 8 proven research-based strategies. on how to start each life aspect. And believe me, when you follow these 8, you will be blown away at how much it can take 2 or 3 days to just do this first step. But oh my word, you will be amazed at how many times they've already practiced the vocabulary, the expressions, they've gotten up out of their seats, because I said that's very important. Get them out of the seats, doing things. And all using one of the activity sheets, just one of the activity sheets from this thick binder. 2 to 3 days worth of amazing activities. They'll let you know where your students are at and where they need to go. Step 3, follow the road markers to the end. Now you have permission to open up the binder and start the scaffolded journey. If you're teaching beginners, you'll stop at a certain point and do whatever project you decided. The next year you can restart, you can review, and then move forward into deeper parts of the activities, and they can work on this new project that they decided on. You need to understand something. And maybe all of you out there, you're young, and God bless you, I hope you are, or young at heart. But let me tell you, in the old days, for example, when it came to doing a cafe unit or a restaurant unit with students, when I taught elementary school, we were told you could only do a cafe unit twice in their elementary career, usually in grade 5 and grade 8. You could never do a cafe unit again during the other years because, well, they'll just get too bored. I never subscribed to that, and I'm glad I didn't. And the new curriculum and the new way of teaching out there using authentic, real, task-based things finally releases us from the prisons of those ideas. Because let me ask you, how many times a day do your students eat? Well, at least once, right? How many times are they going to shop or have to navigate streets? The answer, people, is all the time. So it is okay to do these types of life aspects twice in a row, 1 year and follow it the next year. It's okay. And it is so guilt-freeing, unbelievable, just what a release of guilt to be able to know that and to be able to follow the scaffolded journey. But step 3 isn't just about using the binder and the activities that are laid out there. It's all the extras that your colleagues and my colleagues, the thousands that are using this, created and put up on the web pages. We're talking exemplars. We're talking about extra activities, Jengas, Quizlets, Kahoot games, little assessments, the things that other teachers have created, and they get put up on the web pages because each life aspect has its own web page. And even today, there was 4 more things added for the Suivez mes directions. So it happens all the time, okay? Those are the things, that's step 3. And then they do their final project, okay? So in conclusion, the main goal here is to basically for me to help you and for us to help each other, engaging students with a technology, with authentic task-based activities, in order to put students in real life situations. But there's more. I told you the kit has grown, and boy has it ever. And now it has the animated videos package. I told you that the skits are central. The skits with what do you call it? The ever evolving vocabulary, the interchangeable vocabulary, I like to say, because the skits aren't just they're not concrete. The vocab changes. So every time they do a skit, the skit changes, which is beautiful. Well, there are 36 animated videos where they see 18 francophones, these little animated characters, doing the skits, and they can interact with the skits. Each life aspect has 4 versions. The full version, so they can watch an entire skit and see 2 animated characters doing the skit, essentially. Then there is the version where the male does not speak, and we cover the role of the male, so we interact with the female person. And then the opposite, the female person doesn't speak, we take her role and we interact with the male francophone. So the students are actually speaking to francophones in your class. There's 18 of them for your students to interact with. And finally, the 4th one is an actual empty bubbled version of the exact same skit where they can add their own words, create their own skits using the animated skit that's already done. So these little 36 little movies. And that's already done for you and it's included in the kit. Finally, there is the French Playground, FrenchPlayground.com. Visit it, check out the events that are coming, request events. You can do those things. It's all free. Thanks to the DELF Kit. Thanks to Express Lab, who's an amazing partner. Thanks to Educorock, who's an amazing partner. And if you have an opportunity, PD is very important. Come to Shop Talk. Check out the Shop Talk dates. Get this PD. We can interact with each other. It's fantastic. We have great guests with great topics. We have tackled everything already, but we keep retackling them. We've dealt with behavior problems, classroom management. We've dealt with the battle of how to engage students with grammar inside these types of lessons. All those things are in there. Wait till you see the vitamin boosters and the website. There's just so much. But if you like that live contact and you want to actually be engaging face-to-face with your colleagues, I encourage you to get a Fred Matters Symposium out to your area. They are amazing. Fred Matters treats French teachers like rock stars. You get a swag bag at the end. It's the best workshops from the best presenters that are out there. So you check that out at fredmatters.org. Check out French Playground. Finally, thank you again for joining me today. And I wanted, like I said, you give me your email, I can hook you up with some of those documents so you can check them out for yourselves. But if you're interested in getting this kit, if you are here because you are a guest with us, here's what we're going to do. We will pay for the shipping. When you go to order online, you just type in the word tour, T-O-U-R, and your shipping will be covered. So that's important. So we'll get the shipping to you. You're going to get a receipt as well, which is important because if your school will cover it, that is awesome. If not, that's okay too, because you're going to get a resource that you're going to have for the rest of your career. The order form is right there online when you go to www.djdelf.com/order. You can get the entire kit, everything that I just spent the last many minutes speaking about, for just $239.99. Not $400, not $1,500 for those programs that just cover one grade for a bit of a time. This career resource and everything and all the free editions forever, $239.99. So I was very serious about what I said in the beginning. That's for the physical kit. You can actually get the download for, I think it's $219.99, and you can get everything downloaded right away. Or you can actually get the life aspects in chunks for what I believe is $29.99, and you can just try out a life aspect. It's fantastic. That's what I love about this. There's absolutely no pressure with joining the DELF Kit community because you can just dip your toes, or you can just jump in and go, you know what, I've been teaching long enough. I get it, Steven. Thank you so much. This is cool. I want to be one of those thousands who says, thank you for giving me my family back and my friends back type thing. So that's it. That is the DELF Kit Tour. I'd like to thank you so much for coming out, but now it's your chance. Let me know if you have any questions. Perhaps there's something that I covered and you had a question or two, or I maybe didn't cover something and you have a question that you want to ask me.